So, you know, challenging yourself to be vulnerable, especially in moments like this. You can learn, you can grow from that vulnerability and be exposed to new things. So take that with you through today, through your practice, through the rest of your day. We're going to go ahead and start in child's pose today. So heels and toes come to touch, knees go wide. As you send your hips back, reaching towards the top of your mat, resting your forehead softly on the earth. Trying to remind yourself to stay active in this pose. As you press the mat away, elongating your spine. Hips go down towards your heels. Tucking the chin slightly, stretching that cervical spine out away from your pelvis. Option here to take a tent through the palms, deepening that chest opener, that heart opener, through the front side of your body. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward, keeping your knees out wide, sending your right fingertips up as you twist your spine open to the right side body, reaching high. On the exhale, sweep the right fingertips through, up and under the left armpit, resting your right temple down on the earth, threading the needle through. So still reaching long with those left fingertips. The back side of the right hand is flat down on the earth. Looking your gaze up and under that left armpit, sending your hips back towards your heels. So we're opening up the posterior aspect of that right shoulder, taking a slight twist through the spine. On your next inhale, bring that right hand out from underneath the left, reaching high. Exhale, place it towards the top of the mat alongside that left. Inhale, left fingertips go high this time. On your exhale, sweep it through, thread the needle. Top of the left hand is flat on the earth. Right fingertips reach long as you send your hips back. Left temple resting softly on the mat. On your next inhale, sweep the left arm high. Exhale, bring it back just below your chest and shoulders, coming to a tabletop. Knees come into about shoulder width distance. Hands are the same. From here, we're pretty comfortable with the cat-cow motion, but let's start before we get there with a little bit of undulation side to side. So we're working on that lateral mobility of the spine. Inhale at your center. On the exhale, wag your tail as you look over the same shoulder. So you're compressing down. We'll start on this right side here. Inhale, come back to center. On the exhale, look your gaze over the left shoulder as you wag your tail and hip to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, look the gaze over the right. Trying to get a little bit of a different plane of motion for your spine. Inhale, back to center. One more exhale, up and over the left. On your next inhale, come back to center. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, drop your navel towards the mat, tilt the pelvis, shine your heart forward for your cow. Exhale, press down through the palms, all 10 fingers, arching your spine, taking a lift. for your cat. Inhale, drop the belly button low, shine your heart. Exhale, drop your forehead, pressing through the palms. One more here. Inhale for your cow. Exhale for your cat. Coming back to a neutral spine. On your next inhale, right heel goes back, left fingertips go long. Holding here for a couple of breaths. On your next inhale, reach the fingertips long, heel goes back behind you. On your exhale, sweep that right knee through, left elbow comes down for a crunch. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch through. Inhale, long. Nice flat back. Exhale, crunch. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, crunch through. Last one here. Bring it back down, neutral spine, tabletop. On your next inhale, right fingertips go long, left heel goes back. Staying strong here, keeping your hips square to the mat. Inhale, reach long with that left heel and right fingertips. Exhale, sweep that left knee through, right elbow comes down. Inhale, long. Exhale, crunch through. Three more. Last two. And return back to tabletop. On your next inhale, send that right foot back, planting the toes on the mat, probably just outside that back edge of your mat. On your next inhale, we're going to plant through that left hand, rotate the right heel down, opening up. Got a supported side plank here. See if you can challenge yourself by raising that right heel up off the mat. Option to tick-tock that left foot out as like a kickstand, but trying to keep it close to the midline of your body to challenge your balance here. Staying active and engaged through that right glute as you raise that right heel. We're not rotating that right hip, so toes are perpendicular to, or parallel to the ground, sorry. Staying nice and strong, pressing through that left palm. Option to take your gaze up and over those right fingertips, challenging your balance here. Slowly sweep the right hand down, right knee follows. On your next inhale, send the left toes back, past the back edge of the mat. Plant through the right hand, drop the left heel, opening up to the left for a supported side plank. With your next breath, try and raise that left heel up off the earth. Again, option to tick-tock that right foot out to the outer edge of the mat for a little extra support. Challenging yourself, finding a little vulnerability, a little instability here. One more breath. Slow and controlled, bring that left hand back down, left knee follows. Inhale, tuck the toes underneath. On the exhale, send the hips high. Press the chest back towards the tops of the thighs. downward facing dog. Taking a moment here, walk through, pedal it out from side to side, pressing the earth away, spiraling those elbows in towards the midline as you deepen that upside down V. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward, high plank. On the exhale, keeping those elbows in nice and tight along the ribs, slowly lower down, chaturanga. On your next inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, send the hips high, downward facing. From here, take an inhale and slowly walk your feet up towards your hands. Exhale, let it all go, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, slowly lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, make your way towards the top of the mat. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Taking a slight bend in the knees if you need. Opening up that lumbar spine. Let your head and neck, shoulders release. You can sway side to side. Shake your head yes or no. On your next inhale, start to sit your hips back into your chair. Exhale, arms come up overhead, Utkatasana chair pose. Sitting back into those heels, peeling the toes up off the mat. Try not to creep those shoulders up towards your ear as you raise your hands, palms facing each other. On your next inhale, hands come to heart center. On the exhale, twisting to the right, so left elbow comes to that right knee for a twisted chair. Staying here for a couple breaths, deepening this twist with each exhale. Inhale, come back to center. On the exhale, pressing through that left foot, bringing the right knee up to 90 degrees, single leg mountain pose. Inhale, arms come up overhead. As you exhale, slow and controlled, send that right foot back, high crescent lunge. Sinking down into this lunge, knees behind the toes on the left foot. Right leg is extended long, pressing that right heel back towards the mat. It might not touch, and that's okay. On your next inhale, reach high. Exhale, tick-tock that right foot open, dropping the heel down. Warrior two. Nice deep breath in. On the exhale, reverse the warrior, maintaining that lunge in the left leg. Opening up the intercostals on the left side body. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. You might know where we're going next. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow to the inner edge of that left knee. Dropping those left fingertips down towards the earth. Reaching high with the right hand. Again, important here not to collapse that left side body and resting all your weight on the knee. It's just there for balance. So you stay lifted in that left side as you're shifting your weight forward. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Keep that lunge in the left knee. On the exhale, shifting the hips towards the top of the mat. Coming back to your high crescent lunge. Inhale, hands come to heart center as you shift your weight forward in the hips. On the exhale, slow and controlled, step that right leg forward. Single leg mountain pose. Inhale, arms overhead. On the exhale, send that right heel back as you shift forward with your hips, keeping them square to the ground. Warrior three. From here, inhale, reach your hands down towards the mat. From here, grabbing for a block or your foam roller. Placing that about 6 inches in front of your left toes. Here's where I struggle. So staying here with your hips square and start to shift towards your right side body, rotating the hips open to the right, lifting that right heel just like we had for that supported side plank here. So option to keep your right hand along your right side body as you open up for a half moon with your left leg on the ground. If you want to challenge yourself, you can reach those right fingertips up towards the sky, staying supported with your hand on that block or that foam roller. Exhale, slowly shift your hips back to center, squaring them with the mat, bringing the right foot down to meet the left. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Getting the shakes in that left leg. Set the block or the foam roller to the side. Take a nice deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step the feet back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing. Exhale, send the hips high, downward facing. Taking a moment to stay here, trying to find new depth in this down dog. On your next inhale, slowly walk yourself to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, sit those hips low. Exhale, arms come up overhead, palms facing each other. Try to raise those biceps up towards your ears as you sit back into your chair. Inhale, hands come to heart center. As you exhale, twisting to the left this time. Right elbow to the outer edge of that left knee. Making sure you're staying back in those heels, peeling the toes up off the mat. On your next breath, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, pressing through that right foot. Single leg mountain pose, opposite side. Inhale, arms come up overhead. On your exhale, slow and controlled, step that left foot back, high crescent lunge. Challenging yourself to sink low into this lunge, keeping your hips square to the top of the mat. So here, left hip is driving forward, right hip is coming back. Helps to place your hands on your hips to get a little bit more tactile sensation. Inhale, reach it high. On the exhale, opening up to the left, dropping that left heel down, maintaining the lunge in that right knee, looking your gaze out over those right fingertips. Warrior two, opposite side. Inhale for a nice tall spine. On the exhale, reaching those right fingertips high, reversing the warrior. Again, staying engaged in your lunge. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, right elbow, inner edge of that right knee, drop those right fingertips low towards the ground, spiraling open with those left fingertips. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, square the hips, coming off that left heel, pointing the toes forward, sinking down into that crescent lunge. Inhale, hands come to heart center as you shift your weight forward. On the exhale, slow and controlled, step that left leg forward, single leg mountain pose. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, send that left heel back as you shift forward at the hips, reaching towards the top of your mat. Warrior three. Inhale, reach your hands down towards the mat, grabbing for that foam roller or block, placing it just in front of your right toes. On your next exhale, spiraling, rotating that left hip open towards your left side of your mat. Trying to get that left leg parallel to the ground for a standing half moon. Option to reach those left fingertips high. Shakes, stumbles, falling out is okay. Whew. Try and come back to that standing half moon. And we're gonna meet back with a forward fold. Set that blocker foam roller to the side. Thanks for struggling along with me. Nice deep breath in, take a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step the feet back. Slowly lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for an upward facing. Exhale, hips high, downward facing. On your next inhale, come down to a tabletop. Sweep the legs around, coming to a seated position. Legs go out long in front, keeping that right leg out long. We're gonna bend the left knee, bringing that left foot in towards your right adductor, and then drop the left knee out wide. Again, it may help to have a slight lift in your pelvis here. We're gonna work on some forward folding. If you don't have a blanket or a towel handy, you can always roll up the backside of your mat just to give your pelvis a slight lift, allowing it to hinge forward to deepen this fold. So on your inhale, arms come up overhead. As you exhale, rotate your pelvis forward as you take a bend, reaching for that shin, knee, ankle, or foot. Challenging yourself to find new depth with each exhale. Slow and controlled, start to raise yourself up one vertebrae at a time. You have your mat folded up, release that. Planting the hands firmly on the ground behind your sacrum. Place that left ankle on top of the right knee as you bend the right knee for a little seated figure four. Option to rock side to side. The closer you can walk your hands towards your sacrum, the deeper that stretch in the left hip's gonna be. Remember to keep the left toes pointed up towards your knee, sending that left knee away from your body as you press your chest towards the right knee. Send that right leg long, Grabbing the left foot with your right hand, pulling it up towards your inguinal line. Exhale, send your spine down towards the earth as you press that left knee down towards the ground. So we're doing our half shoelace here. Shoulders are resting comfortably on the mat, nice and relaxed. Core is engaged here, pelvic floor is engaged. As you press that left knee closer to the mat. On your next inhale, slowly release that left foot, sending that left foot high towards the sky. As you exhale and lower it down to meet the right. Slowly press yourself back up into a seated position. Bring that right foot into the left adductor. Again, taking a lift in the pelvis if you need. Inhale, arms come up overhead. On your exhale, folding forward over that left leg. Taking a slight bend in that left knee if it helps you fold a little deeper. Opening up the hamstring on that left side. Deepening that fold with each exhale. Inhale, slowly rise up one vertebrae at a time. Untucking the mat or the towel from underneath your hips. Place that right ankle over the left knee. Hands go behind your sacrum here. As you bend that left knee, shifting your weight forward to a comfortable seated figure four. Again, option to rock side to side here, opening up the hips a little bit. Walking the hands in a little closer to your sacrum, sending that right knee away from your shoulders, right toes pointed up towards that right knee. Slowly walk yourself down to your elbows. Send that left leg long. Grabbing with your left hand for that right foot, pulling it up into your inguinal line as you lay down. Sending your right knee down towards the mat. Core is engaged with a nice flat back. Pelvic floor is engaged. Imagining you've got to go to the bathroom real bad. Holding it in. Take one more breath here. On your next inhale, slowly release that right foot. Give your right knee a little bit of a squeeze as you exhale and send the right heel high. Lower it down to meet the left. On your next inhale, bring both knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Rock side to side, massaging out the low back. With your next inhale, send both bottoms of the feet up towards the sky. As you exhale, reaching for the outside or inside of the feet, pressing those knees and feet down towards the mat. Option to extend one leg at a time. Opening up the hamstrings one last time. One final breath here. Nice deep inhale. On the exhale, press those knees down towards the mat as close as you can get them. Holding here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release everything down towards the mat. From here, I want you to place one hand over your heart and one over your belly. Your choice. Allowing your breath to return to normal. Maybe take a couple open mouth exhales to release any heat that's built up through class. Doing your best to clear any thoughts from your head. Allowing yourself permission to be still. Maybe tuning into that natural rise and fall of your chest and abdomen as you breathe. Gradually start to bring some small movements back into your body. Turning your attention and your focus inward. Revisiting that intention of vulnerability. Or whatever intention you may have set for yourself for today. Start to grow those movements slightly. Slowly but surely making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Thanks for challenging yourself today along with me. Always appreciate your time and attention. Namaste.